go for your team. Let's see how it is. Alright, everybody. Welcome to NCBB Game of the Week for Week 5. We've got East Carolina at 3-0-1 and TCU also at 3-0-1. This is a match in the SEC, basically for first place. You've got Carrick also with 3 wins. Florida State also at 3 wins. The two had a head-to-head meeting previously where Carrick turned the tables from the week before. Uh-oh. Who joined?
Check, check, 1 2 1 2.
Jim, can you hear me?
Check, check, 1 2 1 2.
Jim?
Oh,
Hello?
hello. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Jim. Can you hear me?
Yes. X, I got you loud and clear.
Okay, perfect. The old restart seemed to work?
As always, when in doubt, have you tried turning it off and turning it back on?
Basically. Alright. I've just been going over the records for the teams in the conference.
Understood.
We've got 5 teams actually with 3 wins in this conference. It's pretty impressive. Carrick, Florida State, East Carolina, TCU, and BYU down at the bottom for some reason in this list. But they've got 3 wins after beating Berea, an Amazon team, which is not an easy feat.
But you look at Berea, they've had a most unfortunate time ever since they hit the big leagues. They were top in the AQ last season, but yeah, you hit a conference where there's some tackle and a mighty blow. Things don't tend to go very well for Amazon teams.
No, I mean, they've lost 4 games straight up. Their casualties, they're actually positive, but their defense is atrocious. They've given up 10, so they're not stopping anybody.
Definitely not.
The team doesn't look too bad, though. Maybe it's just been bad luck.
I mean, we all know the deal with Amazon teams. You get a couple skills, they're theoretically unstoppable. I mean, everybody's got blodge. You've got strength access on those blitzers. I mean, they start with blodge, so just right out the gate, you've got mighty blow, guard. You can make a pretty impressive defense. It must have been a string of bad rolls or something.
Maybe. We can look at East Carolina's team now. This is Nomad's team with no logo for some reason. That's negative points for me. He's got 4 blitzers, 2 skills on at least all of them, one with 3. Ogre has block, which is nice. He's got a acceptable thrower, 2 catchers, 4 catchers. Interesting. I didn't think. Well, Nomad plays undead, so he's used to having ghouls, although he usually just runs 3. Lineman, there's only 1 with this skill, so it's a solid team, but it's nothing to write home about. Unlike TCU's roster, which is amazing.
Absolutely brutal.
Freshman actually said earlier in the game chat that he has all of them back next season, so if anyone wants to try to win the title the next 2 years, good luck. He's got 2 blitzers, 1 with claw and horns, both have mighty blow. His rat ogre is obviously the big prize for future NBFL teams. Block plus strength, claw, and guard. He's got a movement 10 gutter, an edge 5 gutter, a block horn strip ball tackle gutter, and some young gutter that's probably going to be a monster within 2 seasons.
I mean, on paper, you look at this, TCU looks nearly unstoppable. They won their bowl game last year, if I remember correctly, because it was them in Wisconsin. They looked like they had a similar team, but TCU just I'm not saying they're completely unstoppable, but looking at what they've got on the field,
it doesn't look
it'll
like
be an uphill battle.
It doesn't look
They
like
didn't?
they won their bowl. No, they're not listed among the winners. Let me check the Fiesta Bowl. That seems about right. Nope, that was Berea. NTBB. No.
We're gonna beat them.
Maybe. Nope. Who the hell did they play? The Rose Bowl? Yep, the Rose Bowl. They played Duke, and Duke ended up winning 4-2.
game.
TCU threw 48 blocks. They outblocked Duke, outfouled them.
Oh, Duke. That's what it was.
Well, I mean,
surprise, surprise.
Duke's a pretty powerhouse team too, but the 2 claws you think would have given them some kind of advantage. Granted, I played TCU late in the year last season, and their 2 claw players didn't scratch me, thankfully. But Nomad may not be so lucky. Let's see. Skaven going with a pretty conservative setup here. Is this the kind of game where you expect to see 3 to 4 scores, or do you think both coaches will try to rein it in a bit?
X, if you can hear me, I dropped connection again. Give me a second. We'll be right back.
Okay. Apologies for the technical issues. Nomad gets a blitz off the start. Gets his AG4 blitzer right in position for the catch. You back, Jim?
I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Sorry about that. Again, the seems to work.
Hey, don't worry about it. I have plenty of technical issues whenever I've been trying to do this. I don't know if you're still watching the game. Nomad got a blitz on the kickoff. He's got his AG4 blitzer in position to try to catch the ball.
Ooh, that's going to be huge. I mean, looking at it straight off the rip, I think standard protocol of smash every Skaven in sight, trying to get to those gutter runners, is going to be the game plan. But these 2 storm vermin freshman has are going to cause some havoc with that.
Yeah, TCU only has 13 on the roster. If I was freshman, he's got 260K. I would probably splurge a little bit on another player or 2. But can't do that now. I don't think Nomad can go for the straight 2-to-1 grind. He doesn't have quite enough bash in theory. I mean, he's got the Ogre with Mighty Blow, obviously. 2 blitzers with it as well. But TCU is just as potent in removal. Although East Carolina has a much deeper team. He's got 5 on the bench.
What did Nomad end up spending the inducements on?
One inducement is a star player, Zara.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's, was she strength 4, A4 with stab?
No, strength 4, block, dodge, dauntless, stab. So maybe he's trying to neutralize the rat ogre a little bit? Get a little shank going?
I mean, a big guy with AV8, it's
possible.
It's anything can happen. I mean,
alright, freshman gets the result he wants in the blitz, takes the ball down. He's got an AG4 thrower that Ante just pointed at. That is pretty nice. There's a steal, strong arm, safe throw, accurate. No protection from block or anything, but if you're sitting in the backfield, you don't need block. If he wanted to, he could clear the middle, get that movement 10 gutter about halfway into Nomad's side of the field.
it would be deep enough to be safe.
Ish. But he chooses to...
Then that turns into, what, 6 turns of Nomad trying to just grind down their team.
Mayhaps.
With Skaven, that's not the way I like to play it, but...
You don't go for the early score?
Do me a favor, refresh my memory. Freshman's quite good at this game, if I remember correctly.
I don't watch him a whole lot outside of this league. I know he plays in the NBFL. He has a couple teams now, and I think he's just switching to Nurgle. So that's to be determined how he's going to do there. TCU, he's always been fairly successful with. He's never... Uh-oh. We lost Jim again, guys. Hello?
Yep, I'm back.
Okay.
You know, just doing my thing.
Yeah. I was saying, freshman with TCU, he's never had a terrible season, but he had a run for about 3 where he could just not keep his team on the field, and so his record was always like 2-3-4. But last season, I think he won 5. This season, he's on his way as well. It's amazing what a few like, oh snaps. Do you want to use the apothecary on a guy who already has a niggling injury? That's tough. He didn't. I don't blame him with the Rat Ogre, the other Blitzer, some of the gutters. And it's so early. I hate using it in the first couple turns.
Yeah.
I'd have to agree. Here he's already injured. Auntie didn't like it, but it's okay.
Auntie's hard to please sometimes.
Well, she just wants to take all these nice-looking players on her new Wood Elf team in the NBFL, but little does she know, I'm going to kill them all.
That's the spirit.
If you haven't heard, I switched to... Oh, we got a stab with Zara. KO on a little gutter. Oh, that's not a little gutter runner. That's the fast gutter runner.
Oh.
I mean, freshman's still not in a bad position, but...
That
his,
doesn't help.
He's losing his scoring potential. I mean, the middle's still clear, but now the gutter's on the ground. The other gutter is a little far back, but you can clear him unless Nomad decides to commit to. Yep. Now he's got to bring somebody else in to clear it. Unless he just wants to, like, dodge. Oh, gosh. I mean, that one you just let go. Back. In case you missed it, there was another sploosh, but this one's less impactful.
Oh, no.
Just a Skaven lineman. This may be why freshman needs more than 13 players.
Yeah. All right, so maybe we were talking too much about, oh, look at this offense, look at this. I mean, forget it, they're just going to keep going splush. The danger is, as long as there's at least 2 gutter runners on the pitch.
Oh, my God. Oh, no, freshman, don't do it. He's sending the Rat Ogre deep. I mean, his options aren't great here, but if he can get out of this somehow and get the Rat Ogre to score, he can get some players back, start putting the pressure on Nomad before Nomad can cage up. But man, this has the potential to go south. Uh-oh, safe throw fails.
Uh-oh.
There it goes.
And it goes.
And he caught it!
And he caught it! Now that's the craziest play I've seen in a while.
That is up there. I remember actually there was an NBFL game between me and Crichton Crichton's always got an amazing AG4 thrower. And he tried chucking the ball from midfield, very similar to this, all the way to the end zone. And I picked off the ball at midfield, like right in front of the thrower. And so the ball kind of like looks to move to my guy, and then safe throw procs, and so the ball goes back to the thrower, and then he chucks it all the way to the end zone for a touchdown. It's weird how they have it scripted in the rules. But alas, freshman escaped for now. We'll see if the Rat Ogre decides to stay put. Can the Ogre get to it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Double GFI with the Ogre, but it's still...
Then we're talking
not as
go for with the ooh.
Can you get the
strength?
Blitzer?
That'd be a negative 2D block.
He might be able to get the Blitzer there. Well, he's got the Lino there. If he gets the Blitzer there too, then he's got a 2 dice, but it's still a double GFI with the big guy. Not ideal, but neither was throwing the ball deep to a Rat Ogre, and sometimes it works.
the theory that we always talk about, roll less ones. That's the whole idea behind this game.
Indeed.
It up. It could make it happen.
Let's see. Still, I would move the rest of the team first. You still
Yeah.
got a 2-die on the lino.
I want to cover that one. Good call.
I'd probably move the hitter blitzer, is his last name, to the other side of the gutter runner. And then the catcher, you don't need to move the catcher yet. I'd wait for, well, he's not going to, but I'd wait for the catcher in case the ball pops out. You can try to get your hands on it if it's a good scatter. But he's going to cut off the lineman.
Human catchers with guard, that always sat funny with me. I mean, it's
Well, what about like
an 8.
a slon catcher or a wood elf catcher? It's the same thing where it's strength 2.
Oh.
He gets the loner but doesn't get the GFI. But that does make it hard for freshmen to score because he would have to go backwards on a blitz. There's really nobody to chain push unless you got that AG5 gutter through the mess somehow. The bottom 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6, 7. That's still a double go for it. Well,
I wouldn't try to get him through there with that blitzer. He's positioned right in the way. You could go top maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It could work. I mean, what's just the dodge with the Rat Ogre? A 4?
4.
A 50-50 chance, and then you got Loner.
Well, the chance of the Rat Ogre actually being like, oh, I think I'll move this turn.
Yeah. Well, if you use Blitz instead of just move. Nope.
Wow, that was a really well thought out push.
See, when I counted that quickly, I thought he was 1 short, but that's why he couldn't do it. He used the Blitz already. But he almost got the 50-50. Almost. I'm actually a little bummed this play didn't work out because Freshman's pulled his ass out of the fire here. Still, Nomad, let's see. The Ogre's free, the Blitzer's free, and you might be able to get another Blitzer there. Well, the Blitzer's not free anymore. He's still in an okay position, but...
Likelihood of that star thrower about to get smushed by the Blitzer. Who can he move into?
God, I hate this. I have to talk about the game and not the league. Making me do my job. I don't know if you saw the first game of the week. Baz and I were talking a lot about different things in the NBFL, the NCBB, and Blood Bowl in general, and there's a game going on in the background, and we barely acknowledged it. So this is the complete opposite.
Which match was that?
That was the first one we did. That was Miami and Ms. State.
Yes. Well, I was busy playing Bill at that point in time.
Of course. Jim here is obviously the coach of Miami, who is 3-1-0. I don't know how you pulled off the tie last week.
Like I said, play to lose. You just have to be like, this is so stupid, it just might work. And it
worked.
Had 3 times to work that way.
That was one of the crazier things I didn't actually see. I had 2 games up. The left one, god damn it. Welcome back.
Thank you.
I had this game, not this game. Who else was playing? Who was playing? It was Duke and Wisconsin. I had on the left screen, and on the right side of my screen, I had your game, Howson versus Miami. And I looked to the chat, or rather my browser, to look up something like a game result or something, and I come back to your game, and you would chuck the ball halfway down the field after it had been inside the necro cage. And I'm like, what the hell just happened?
I remember that play. I was like, what's my only choice here? I have to try and do a leaping 1D blitz on the ball carrier.
Right.
Yeah.
Freshman's just not... Oh!
What? Okay. Round of applause, freshman. Well played. Well played.
That was nice. And to your first point about the Skaven scoring too fast, they took 3 turns. Well, 4.
Right.
So, didn't get his KOs back, so he's down to 9, which is where not having any reserves... Well, okay, he's got 2 reserves, but doesn't have quite enough depth, in my opinion.
On the Skaven team, okay, you need your 4 gutter runners, throwers optional, 2 blitzers, and then just fill it up with linemen. You just need warm bodies to stand there and absorb the punishment.
Yeah, Rat Ogre's very debated in the community. Some people like it. When you have one like Freshman's, obviously it's amazing. But in general,
Freshman just pulled it off.
I mean, strength 6, block, claw, guard, apparently can catch and dodge just naturally. He's quite the prospect.
Yeah.
So apologies to my elven foes in my division in the NBFL. You can't have him, but I can. If you haven't heard, I'm switching to Demons of Corn, and I moved to New York. So...
Really?
It's going to be quite the... It's going to be interesting. I've got 3 elves in my division. High elves, wood elves, and dark elves.
A lot of moving and shaking in the New Blood Football League. Forgive me. Who finally abandoned the Slan himself. Who's he taking? Simeon?
Simeon in Green Bay, yeah. That's going to be interesting.
But it's Gru. He's going to pull it off and make everybody pissed off again. It's what he does.
Indeed. Now, actually, in the draft so far, he's taken 2 gorillas with blocks, so that's a good foundation. But in the NCBB, we do have a Simeon team in my conference, Oklahoma. Yes, they've won 2 games, and the game they lost was against me. But that first half, they were giving me fits. That grab lineup just takes you out of any kind of position you want to be in.
It's so crazy. And it just works sometimes. I mean, yeah, you get your moments when you're just getting your head bashed in, but the ability to completely screw up somebody else's positioning, that's awesome.
Yeah. So basically, the first half, when they had the ball, they did what they wanted to do. The second half, when I had the ball, I did what I wanted to do. And somewhere I got an extra score in there, so I ended up winning. But, yeah, defense with Apes, I don't know what you do because you want to be in contact to use grab, but you don't want to be in too much contact because your Linos are all AV7. And even your Gorillas are only AV8. And so against a lot of teams, that's not going to last. But like you said, Gru's going to figure it out. We're all going to be like, Apes are the greatest thing ever. And
Gru wrecking the meta since, 94.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of experience playing against Slan or with them. But he's made them look like a tier 1 team.
He'll take a weird skill or two on Slan player that you're like, wait, why would you even do that? But then it always works out in his favor, and you're like, oh, cool.
These rats. I think you used the phrase earlier that TCU looked invincible. I think Nomad's he's not great with that assessment.
Yeah, he's putting that to the test.
There's actually, it reminds me, if you watch a lot of these shows with like superheroes and superpowers or stuff like Dragon Ball Z where people like wish for immortality, there's a big difference between immortality and invincibility. Welcome back.
Thank you.
I don't know if you caught what I was saying, but there's a big difference between immortality and invincibility. One means you can't die, one means you live forever. These rats may be able to live forever, but they're definitely not... you know what I'm trying to say.
I feel you. Yeah. Like I said, the idea is to get out there and just the dust so they can't actually do anything, can't score back, can't stop you from scoring. Nomad's exploiting that right now. I mean, let's see, you've got Navi returning, two sitting in the KO, including that. That's natural one turner.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. Uh, Having a ranked Skaven team that I play on occasion that has not one but two natural one turners.
Oh my gosh.
Again, kid, anybody listening at home, roll skill ups. That is all you need to do. But yeah, well, you come to rely on it a bit too much.
What?
Be like, ooh.
He threw a negative 2 die into a block ogre and gets.
Well said, freshman. Well said.
Basically. Although, to be fair, when he uses Blitz with his Blitzer, it didn't get an armor break. But I feel like not using the Rat Ogre, it's. I mean, obviously there's a chance he'll roll the 1 and you don't use your Blitz. But just having him sit there doesn't sit well with me. Not to use the same word twice in the sentence, but.
But who's he going to hit? The ogre? Was he going to go after Zara? I mean,
he could have hit the same player the Blitzer did, and then you're in a contention with those two at the bottom. You could have gone for the little 3 stack of humans, since you're strength 6 and everything. Put a couple guard there. But, I don't know, just having him sit there. I mean, he kind of guards your northern flank, because Nomad doesn't want to get too close to the sideline with him sitting there. But, I don't know. If you got a guy like that, feels like you should use him.
I mean, it's clear Nomad doesn't want to mess with Jeff Gladney, the tackle strip ball horn.
Well,
or you can just knock him over like that.
Yeah, he messed with him there.
Yeah, or he doesn't want to get the ball too close. I mean, even with a sure-handed thrower, wrestle and tackle.
Yeah, you still got a decent shot at it.
Yeah.
It reminds me of a game in the NBFL I was playing against Baz when he was still Skaven. I think he was in Pittsburgh? Was he in Pittsburgh before Houston?
Pittsburgh, or was he Houston?
He was Houston second, but I think he was Pittsburgh for a season or 2.
Pittsburgh.
But either way, he had some like super leaping strip ball gutter. I had some leaping witch elf. And so whenever the two of us were on offense, we were like super cautious with each other because neither one wanted to expose to the leap. And so we just like moved the cage forward like 2 squares at a time. It was the most tactical, non-eventful game of all time. We're just too scared to do anything because both sides had leap into the cage ability.
Credit where credit's due. Baz is rather nasty with just about any team he takes a shine to. We all know him for being awesome with lizards, but I don't know what's going on with his team this season as far as his undead team did look a little worse for wear, but still, the dude can do just about anything. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I was thinking about that because usually he's done pretty well with them, but this is his 5th season, so he just got hit with graduation. So if you look at his team, he's got a bunch of zombies at like 34, 27, 20 games, so they're juniors and seniors, but just about all of his good guys are gone. Both whites are new, a mummy's new. He's got 2 decent ghouls, where look like sophomore, junior level, but he doesn't have a whole lot to work with. And so when you're in this conference that has, like we said, 5 teams with 3 wins, and Amazon, and a Demon of Corn team, like that's not easy for a skillless undead team. Freshman here does use his Rat Ogre and finally takes down somebody. And we got our injury.
Oh, good hit.
Good job, good job. Okay, that's a touchdown and an injury. So now he just needs a completion and an interception, and he can get a Larson. Will we see a Larson here today, folks? Tune in. Stay tuned, whatever the case.
Now, fill me in. Okay, you switch to Demonicorn. What was your mindset behind that? Because you've been Mr. Dark Elf since Dark Elves were Dark Elves, correct?
Yeah, and I still can't play them for shit. So I
If nothing changes, nothing changes. Understood.
philosophically, I only play Dark Elves and Lizards because I only do the 2 leagues, and so I've only played Elves to where I have to run around like a chicken with my head cut off, and I play Lizards in a league where players graduate, and so I can never consistently keep a team together for long. And so my range of tactics are very limited. I don't throw a lot of blocks as Cal because you have so many like young players in there, and you don't want to throw blocks with skinks. Dark Elves, Jim, welcome back. And Dark Elves.
This is gonna be the best part about anybody watching afterwards. They're like, why is it just this continual loop of welcome back, welcome back,
welcome back.
Yeah.
But my Dark Elves are constantly facing Nurgle, Chaos, Orcs, whatever the case.
Yeah.
And so I don't get to throw a lot of blocks there. And so I identified Demons as a team that sounded fun, B, would be completely different from my style, and 3, I think those are the 2 points, really. I just needed to expand my horizons, really.
3, we'll see how things turn out.
Goes for the 1 die on the Rat Ogre.
Okay. Well,
he might be able to position the 2 guards and get a 2 die with the Blitz. No. No, he would have only had a 1 die, so he was just getting it out of the way so he can move the ball south, it looks like.
Looking at it, it's turn 6, so you need to get at least paces from the end zone.
Yeah, I mean that catcher is 9 away, so technically it's within range. But yeah, you definitely want to start moving it up. He's taking down the defensive gutter again.
Yeah, who played? Who's got the team quarantine? That's lower base. He did well last season. I know this season has been a little difficult. Missing starting skills and all, but I'm sure you won't have that problem.
True, I get a bunch of starting skills. I like my draft so far, and I think I have another pick coming up soonish. But yeah, his team. I'm disappointed because I was enjoying seeing that they were.
Ooh, that's a really bad.
Self-inflicted. Apothecary does not help. In fact, he tried to make it worse. Alas, he's only missed next game. Tail catches him, so that's a huge AG4 blitzer down. Can we give credit to the Radagor for another 2 SPPs? I mean, that's directly due to him.
Yeah, that's...
But no, yeah, Northern Virginia, I like the fact they were doing good last year. They won like 4 games despite starting with no skills. This year, they've lost 4 games.
Oh, there's the casualty we needed.
And that's the Ogre.
That was big.
So that's
that's
unofficially 3 casualties for the Rat Ogre, if anyone's counting at home.
The Blow and Claw came out big on that one. Wow.
I'm going to cheer.
Didn't even need to use Claw.
Gets the GFI so I can push the blitzer into the Rat Ogre. But you still need to get somebody to block his southern approach. I thought for sure he'd move the gutter there. Does he still have his blitz, or did he use it? He still has it, so I would have blitzed with Jawan to clear that lino to move the gutter down here to block. But if he moves the blitzer, he could blitz the catch. No, he could go for the ball. Let's see what he does.
This is where I would be saying, yeah, I'll just leap in there, see what happens.
Huh.
Yeah. Huh. I think that's the right answer.
I mean, he doesn't have a reroll, so he probably wanted to be cautious. He has the ball marked, but he's definitely still got several players in scoring position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He could get the lino. Oh. I'm not sure that's the right call when you don't have any depth on your team. I mean, the blitzer's important, and he's running out of them. But it's not like you're a dirty player. You can still score relatively easily.
Oh, yeah.
These rats are not holding up.
Oh.
Now, Nomad here, he doesn't have a lot of resources to try to remake his cage, so he probably has to go for the score. Would you agree?
Knowing Nomad,
I think he's going to try to save the other turn.
Yeah. That might turn into
trouble.
Trying to screen and then do a handoff to a catcher. Screened.
No, Frustration's right. Neither team's going to have a lot of resources next game. He's got a reroll still, so he could double GFI. I mean, you kind of have to. You can't just leave the ball there. But
yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, that.
There goes his last reroll. Zara's just sitting there doing nothing.
I don't know if I would have used that reroll there.
I mean, it helps secure his flank a little bit, but they can still probably squeak through there. Pun intended.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. Oh.
He can get in through the back now pretty easily.
It's way to go.
But you have no reroll, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have to GFI, but you get a 2-die.
You can knock that ball loose. Potentially collect it with a thrower.
I don't think you need to use that lino there. Doesn't help anything. Alright. You have no reroll, so I wouldn't throw a block with the thrower. You could move that lino down to try to clear the thrower on a 1-die with a wrestle, which looks like he's going to go for it.
Mm.
That's why I moved the lino there. Let's see, you got a 1-die with wrestle. Wait, what? You didn't even see that guy. I just assumed he'd use the blitzer.
Boom.
Alas, that works too.
Oh, good hit. Lousy bounce.
For who?
Oh.
You could dodge out here and try to get to the ball. I'd probably just throw the 2-die even though you don't have block. Because even if you fail, there's still enough guys around it.
Then it comes down to, is he going to try to score? Because he would need to move that. Wait, nope. This is turn 8. Never mind.
I was about to make that point, too. If he had another turn left, that gutter is free to run.
Now, so now it comes to the question of how do you get the ball far enough away for them not to score? And he's going to try for the punt.
Like this, apparently. I really wish Nerves of Steel would work on pickups like this. Really?
Oh.
What?
Well done, well done.
That's your play? Like, not just chucking it? I mean, this essentially is the same thing, but I think the chucking would have had better odds of success.
That's what I mean, let's see. That was a catch in 2 tackle zones.
It's a 4, right? Yeah, you caught it.
Yeah. Stop. Well,
it doesn't matter unless he hurts himself, which, to be fair, that's how most gutters die.
And then we laugh at you rightfully, so. Oh, I was playing with my gutter runner. It just went to bush because it tripped over its own 2 feet. Yes, you deserve that.
That happened to my Witch Elf draftee. I think at an AG5 one, and she tried twice in the same game to kill herself on a GFI, if I recall.
Several years ago, there was a wonderful forum post. Harvest Mouse made a comment about he's tried it 10,000 times running up and down his own street to trip and injure himself on a dodge or go for it, but he's never managed it. And It makes me laugh every time I think about it. Yes, folks, we want this to be reality. We're playing a game with elves and rats and orcs running around playing football. Some things are going to fail. People are going to get hurt doing it.
Indeed, indeed. To be fair, I was out playing catch with my dad a couple of years ago in the street, and my dad's getting up there in age. I'm not going to use any numbers. He actually slipped and tore a muscle in his leg. So, Harvest Mouse, you are wrong.
I gotta say that was a pretty good defensive play by TCU.
Yeah, it worked out for them. I didn't see the gutter, but I was staring too hard at his pretty good blitzer. Not getting anything on his KO rolls, though. He's not in a great position here.
Now the good time.
Yeah, if you are going to DC and reconnect, that is a good time to do it.
All right, so halfway through the game.
Rats are down to 7. They still got 3 KOs. He's got to put his good gutter runner on the line. I'd probably put the thrower there over the gutter, honestly. But he chooses not to. Nomad's got 13, so he's got a full team for now. He's lost 2 blitzers and an ogre, so he doesn't have a lot of meat to the team. He's got some speed. Do you have to play for the 1-1 tie at this point? Well, I'm not even sure you can, because if the gutter comes back, he's going to have 1 turn left regardless.
Mm.
I think you need to score quickly and just assume the Rats are going to be able to score regardless of how many turns are left. And then you have to give yourself enough time to score again to make it a 2-2 tie.
I mean, it's the old adage about, it's not if elves or Skaven score, it's when they score. You're just trying to control how quickly or slowly they do it.
Yeah, we saw that in the first half for sure.
Yeah.
He had to throw the ball to a damn rat ogre to score, but by golly, the Skaven scored.
Yeah, that was super impressive. And then a good defensive play. So who are these guys playing next week? East Carolina is going to play Bertha. And
TCU, BYU.
Yeah. Which, props to Swamp Serpent for he started off rough last season, and I think this season started off less than optimal for him, but he's come back.
He dropped the opener to Florida State, and then he won the second game, and then lost his third game against this Carolina team. So, yeah, a 1-0-2 start, but he's won the last 2. So, he's not going to make it easy.
No, I mean, with the rest of the teams looking to be, 3 is currently the high watermark for wins.
It's going to come down to tiebreakers, probably.
Yeah. Which, now, let me ask this question.
Sure.
Where in the world did Florida State come from? Did I sleep on them last season, or did they have a season off? But
if I recall, this is like their 3rd or 4th season. Let's take a peek. A bunch of guys at 32. He's played 32 games, so according to this, established season 29, and we're in season 32. So this is their 4th season, and according to his chart, that's true. He went 4-2-4 the first season non-AQ. He went 6-2. You there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Poor internet connection. Let's blame it on that.
Let's go with that. He went 6-2-2 in his first season in the big leagues. He won the Rose Bowl. And so last year, I remember, this is what happened. He went 0-3-4, so everything must have gone wrong.
Mm.
Let's see. He lost to TCU, tied, lost to UNAM, lost to Clemson, missed a game, tied, lost, missed a game, lost. I mean, his losses last year were TCU, who had like 5 wins, UNAM, who went to the title game, lost to Oregon, and that's never a sin, and lost to Duke in looks like a bowl game or something, maybe an out of conference So yeah, his losses were to good teams, and he just could not get anything going. So this season, he's definitely on the rebound.
Yeah.
So that's probably why he slept on them, because they just like disappeared off the face of the earth.
Well, then keep it going. I mean, it's always nice to see somebody doing something well. Teams that just grow so gargantuan that you're like, oh, boy, this is going to be a fun match as they just come through and decimate the other team. It's nice to see somebody doing something.
Mm-hmm.
No offense to Bill. I mean, last season, go.
That guy has been hit so many times this game. I mean, obviously the rats can't screen him away anymore, but I think he's leaving him out to dry.
Yeah. Ooh. I don't know. Losing a lineman when the other team lost such a dangerous gutter runner, that's acceptable.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why, folks, you carry a bench.
Yeah.
Whatchamacallit?
You looking for a race or a team or?
No, props to Derek for the match last week, using up all 4 of his fouls. He came up one. Yeah, he came up one short when he really needed it.
He's allowed to foul a 5th time. I would just have to scold him a little bit.
He was seriously considering it, and had we might not have been able to get that ball and chuck it away from him.
Yeah.
The match could have easily ended differently.
We'll never know.
Mm-hmm.
Don't break the rules, kids.
Kids, don't do drugs either.
Unless they give you plus strength.
Yeah. A little extra agility wouldn't hurt, but I don't know. Movement's good.
I think we need extra armor in this game. Like, neither side's going to walk out of here pretty clean. Let's see. Freshman kind of is moving towards the ball in some vain attempt to stay competitive. Nomad's going to clear. I would move a couple guys back. Yeah, I would still move a few guys back, because if you somehow fail the pickup or the catch or the throw or whatever's about to happen, there's enough guys in range to put you in trouble.
Or does
Nomad straight throw? That's risky. I know you got free rerolls. Well, if you're gonna fail something, that's the roll to fail. But no, so you've got the 3+ pickup with sure hands, the throw, which is pretty good with accurate and all that. The catch is 3+ with a reroll. But if you fail something that far in your backfield without any protection, that AG4 thrower is right there.
Yeah.
With nobody to really throw to. I mean, the Rat Ogre has shown his potential to be a scoring threat, so maybe he could be another option. But no, I would have moved a few guys back to make like a line to kind of cut off any Skaven interference, but Nomad's kind of okay.
Is he going to try for the ball right now? Wait a second.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You'd have to either dodge or he's not. I kind of think you have to.
He's going for it with the pass.
Yeah, I mean, you've only got 4 players.
Good call. Make it happen. Go for it.
And he's got everything he needs to get it out of there.
On a 3+. Still, good play, good choice. That was the right choice in that situation.
Yeah. Which is also wise. Would have liked having that kind of screened off.
Mm.
I mean, Nomad was ready to fully move down the field and put the game into the next phase, but you're humans, you're not elves, you kind of got to guard against yourself. It's not like his rolls were risky. I mean, every single one of them had a free built-in reroll, but...
Yeah. But it's Skaven, and as long as there's at least somebody with AG4, be it your stat freak thrower or gutter runner, they're going to try to mess up your day.
Yep. I know Auntie, she's running Wood Elves, and she just drafted a double plus AG War Dancer.
Oh.
It doesn't have any other. Well, it has dirty players and other skills, so it's a little suboptimal. So she doesn't have to like tackle or strip ball. But if a ball ever hits the ground in my game against her, you bet that mother fluffer is coming for it.
I'm gonna toot my own horn. I've on my human team. I've got a. Oh. Oh, good catch. Oh, we had someone else join. Fun.
Yeah, Gark usually joins and mutes himself so he could just listen in.
Understood. All right, good call on the score. Otherwise, the Skavens were going to mess that up. But now
Gets
you're
the one
supposed to
turner
take.
back.
Yeah. Oh, and now you've got 6 turns to try to stop them from scoring.
If I'm TCU, I go for the one turn. If you get the lead, most likely you're going to get out of here with a tie at worst.
But having only 7 players, if you stall it out for even 3 turns, you'll be lucky to have 5 people on the pitch, and they're just going to march down and make it score 2-all. It's a hard call.
Yeah, I mean, Nomad's not really setting up to prevent any kind of one turn. If anything, he probably wants TCU to score so he can have the full time to counter. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3. Because he's got sprint. He's got sure feet. Yep, that gutter's a winner.
Yep. One of the greatest skills rarely taken.
Which one?
Kick.
Kick. Yeah, I find it tough to have on my lizard team in NCBB because you have to get doubles for it, and I'd rather get sure hands or block or something like that. So, I mean, I like it, but it's not essential to me right now. On Dark Elves, like, I need to use it more, but it's hard to find a lineman I don't want to put on the line of scrimmage to take it. Another removal. TCU is just going to chuck the ball, go for the score. It's a little exposed, but you only have 7, so there's not a whole lot you can do. And to be fair, that thrower's been pretty clutch so far.
Yeah.
We'll see if this guy's clutch after taking a nap.
All right, he's well rested in the end zone.
He has one job, and he does it well. If you don't mind me, I'm going to eat a candy bar.
Help yourself.
Well, it's not a candy bar per se. It's a Golden Graham s'mores bar, and it's so good.
I will say I'm guilty of keeping one of my natural one-turners on the bench until turn 8, and then I'm like, okay, your turn. Get in there.
Dust him off a little bit.
You're ready. Go make the millions we pay you.
Actually, Nomad pointed out, I forgot, just because TCU scores and Nomad can take as long as he wants to score, TCU does have that final turn.
Ooh.
So yeah, Nomad's either got to take him out or, I guess, try to set up a one-turn defense in the final turn and hope to God it works. Because as we've seen, that gutter runner is very susceptible to long naps. Must be nice. Watch Zara go for the blitz stab on the Roger.
That would be awfully amusing. A fitting end to his career. I had this great game, and then I died.
On a stab. Reminds me a little bit of 2 weeks ago when I played Oklahoma. We talked about that earlier, his Simeon team. His silverback, I don't think has the skill yet. He saw this little skink in front of him. He's like, I'm going to take this bastard down. Rolls a POW, No, he rolls a both down, injures the skink, but injures himself in the process. I was like, that's embarrassing. You're a strength 5 silverback, and you get injured by a skink.
It's like he hit the skink so hard he just kind of ended up punching himself in the nuts simultaneously. I mean, that's all you can really picture. You're like, how would you do that? Oh yeah. Ooh,
I
bummer.
think, who's the coach? Was it Klaz? Yeah, Klaz said the same thing. He pictured him slamming the skink against his head and knocking himself out, basically. Welcome back again.
At least now it's making a funny noise when I know it's dropping my connection. I'm like, oh. Spectrum. Anyone out there, if you were using Spectrum for your Wi-Fi services, don't.
Hold up. I'm using Spectrum. I do not have this problem usually.
All right, then we have one for Spectrum, one against Spectrum. In my experience, if you can get, what is that, Fios by Verizon, you are golden. Yeah. But then again, it could be the lead paint that is surrounding me, so who knows?
Yeah, you might want to get that checked out.
I keep eating it. It's just so tasty.
Maybe a Nurgle rotter at this rate.
As Baz alluded to, Jim Fear's a bit of a talker. I am guilty of that, but I'm also guilty of being funny once in a while. So, all of you out there,
yeah, you win some, you lose
about a chatty game. I may use some colorful language, but you're going to laugh. You'll be like, wow, I haven't heard that expression in a long time. Okay, what can TCU do here?
No. Rat Ogre's on the ground. He's still got his blitzer he can hit somebody with. I am tempted to muck up the top trio of humans so you can clear your 2 linemen for use in the next couple turns. But he elects not to do so. The problem with freeing the Rat Ogre is that the Rat Ogre still has to stand up next turn. Yep. So either it's a 50-50 or he has to use his blitz on a blodger. Assuming no one else comes in to stand next to him.
If anybody can hear the screaming in the background, that's my family having an argument.
Aww. Hey there, Gark. That's so good.
Do us a favor, chew a bit more into the microphone so we can all appreciate the taste.
Don't re-roll that. Okay, well, whatever.
Alright, so more screaming in my background, and now Carolina's back on it.
And goes for the defenseless thrower. Gets a stun. I don't know. That's a tough call going south or north at this point. South is more clear because you have the 2 linos on the ground up top.
But really, I mean,
I'm not sure I'd put that blitzer there. I'd rather
it's smashed down.
I'd rather put that 2 SVP lino there. Because he's going to stand the Rat Ogre up, and he's going to... I would blitz with it to start making him usable again.
I guess one turner needs to move, otherwise he's going to get smushed next turn. Definitely.
Well, we have a quick second. Let's take a look at the one conference we haven't covered, the non-AQ.
Yes.
2 teams with 5 games played, but neither one has won a game. They're developing pretty slowly so far. We've got 3 teams with 3 wins: Skaven, High Elf, and Chaos. Only 1 game played this week, so not a lot of new progress, but... So we got a foul on that thrower. He's definitely earned his keep today. No, I'm looking forward to some of these teams... I'm looking forward to some of these teams moving up in the future.
That Chaos team, the Illinois Valley, Yeah, I'm surprised. I mean, a 3-win
Yeah.
chaos team. That's for skills on there, anyways.
They've got skills on all their blockers and only one beastman with a skill, so they've got nobody to carry the ball, but somehow they're picking it up pretty well.
All right,
I mean, the one blocker's got 4 touchdowns. That's not bad.
not bad at all.
I mean, to be fair, they are
Ooh,
AG3, which a lot of people forget about.
yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so far so good for Illinois.
Good for them. Let's see what they can keep doing.
We do have another big game tomorrow night, I believe. Is that you?
I believe so.
That's correct. You're playing Duke tomorrow night at
That
8:30 Central, if I recall.
8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's cutting it close for me because I have to leave for work about 9:50 my time.
Yeah.
So I might be able to get most of it if I prep beforehand. You know, shower, make my peanut butter and jelly sandwich, all the good stuff. Was that the one turner?
That was the one turner.
No, no, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't. Oh, we moved the one turner. Oh,
He
all right.
basically conceded the score and he's going for the last turn.
Hey, sometimes that's the way you got to play it.
Yeah. You know, definitely a big game tomorrow night. Let me take a peek at Duke's team real quick. All beefy and scary. He's got the 2 really good skinks. He's got a block, Croxagore. He's got some decent Sarai, no mobility, no guard. But against you, actually no guard against you, that could be an issue.
We're hoping for that.
You do have your 1 strength 4 missing, but lo and behold, you have another one.
Like I said, kids, you want to win this game?
Go ahead. Jim?
Yes, I'm here. You know?
Okay. Yeah, whatever you tried to say after kids, you want to win this game, like it cut out.
All right. I said, kids, you want to win this game? Roll stat increases, especially plus strength. Never hurts.
Oh, for sure.
Halson definitely did their job of beating us to a pulp last week.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely surprised that you're doing so well. I think Baz and I commented on the same thing. Your team just did not have a lot of skills overall. I mean, your blitzers are looking fine. You didn't have a catcher until recently. And you've got the 2 strength 4s, but the rest of your team is pretty bare bones. You have no depth to speak of. But you're still hanging in there, except for your connection.
Bare bones. I believe you were saying bare bones, and yeah. Sometimes it's just how it goes. Like, again, the challenge of a Swan team, it's like, okay, do I score with them? Or do I try to get some points to the Line Frog so I can get a couple extra skills?
Mm-hmm.
When you've got an awesome player, potentially, for me, the Slime Blitzer's right there with the Werewolf from the Necro team as the greatest positional in the game, but they start with nothing that you really want, and so you're like, this player is great if we were just playing like a 3-game tournament that caps out at 1100, but how this goes. So I feed those guys the touchdowns when I can.
I don't think you have much of a choice this season. It's more survival of the fittest.
Okay, interesting development over here. Back in the game, Nomad scored.
He did. He's forcing TCU to choose between 1 turning now and making it 3-2 and giving himself 2 turns to tie, and trying to stall somehow with few players. If I'm the Rats, I go for the score, and I make him try to 2-turn, which he's certainly capable of. He has enough speed left. He's got a decent thrower. But if you try to get cute and take some time off the clock, now the 2 coaches are comparing their fortunes or unfortunes so far.
That's my favorite part of the game, the whine off.
I mean, Nomad's correct. TCU has gotten some free rerolls, but Freshman's also right. His KOs have been terrible.
Out of curiosity, what does Freshman run with? 3 in the leader reroll?
I'm assuming so. Let me take a peek at his roster. That is accurate. 3 with leader from the... Who? Wait. Oh, there's a leader. It's on a gutter. He has the weirdest skills on his gutters. Like, he takes pass block. He's got leader on that one. Uh-oh.
Oh, that was unfortunate.
Yep, odds are
Ooh,
not
reroll
great.
with catch. Ooh.
Yeah. That 1 out of 36 will get you.
Yeah. And I know you thought I was kidding when I said it in chat a week or two back. I love pass block. It is
Pass
highly
block makes sense
situational.
on your team, especially with the long legs, and I do like having it, but he always has a gutter runner who's like block, sidestep, pass block, diving tackle in the draft, and they always just like linger in the draft because nobody really commits to taking it. And yes, Gark, we know that pass block probably has not worked out well for you.
You know, we keep using this term synergy. What skills have synergistic interaction? What, blodge, sidestep, diving tackle, or even shadow to some extent. What is going to ruin my opponent's day the best?
Disturbing presence.
Disturbing presence is a good one.
It's too strong. It's 3 squares. Whether you're up, down, stunned, it's so strong. Yep, diving tackle, nothing. Well, leap negates it technically, Gark. In the game chat, Gark's talking he does not like DT. I can imagine why.
Diving tackle is a great way to ruin somebody else's day. It really is.
Oh, disturbing presence. Yeah, nothing negates disturbing.
Oh yeah.
You can't even knock him down to take it away. That's the part that bothers me. It's a 3 square radii from all of them, and it stacks.
That's what drives me nuts about the Yeti on the Norris team. You're like, here's
he
this.
has disturbing presence too, doesn't he?
Yeah, what's bad enough I've got all these lunatics with block and 4 players with frenzy that are just pushing me every which way. They drop the ball because their hands are frozen, and now the Yeti's standing right there, and I'm like, crap. It's 2 blocks away from the Yeti.
That's probably something I would not mark on him naturally. I'd forget about it and be like, why did that not work? Alright, for the Skaven here to get this to work, the gutter's still within 1-turn range, but he has to get him the ball. The thrower's marked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He could GFI once and hand off.
He's about to blitz Zara.
You don't have to. She doesn't have tackle. You could Rat Ogre Blitz the catcher away on a 3-die, and then just hand off with the gutter. That's probably what I'd do. I mean, if the thrower up top had dodge, you could probably get down there, but I'd rather just blitz that off. Oh.
That was a lucky second hit. Frenzy is another one of those skills that everyone's like, I love this skill.
Well, I'm going to have to find out the hard way how good or bad it is pretty soon.
Well, good hit.
I'm going to make Gark find out the hard way. Wink.
All right, so now here's the handoff for the 1 turn.
So it's a 3+, and then... No, handoff.
Wait. What's...
Why would you make it more complicated? I mean, that was 2 rolls versus 4 rolls. I mean, I know he has sure hands, but he still has to dodge out, GFI. I mean, I don't know the odds off the top of my head. I'm not very good at Blood Bowl math, but...
See, that's a 2+.
I think the gutter would have been safer, just a 3+ pickup and a 2+ handoff with catch.
We're talking a 2+ for the go for it, the pickup, and then the handoff. Well,
it wasn't
the pickup
super,
handoff.
It wasn't super risky, but...
Right. As you and Baz said in one of these, like, You still can't get out of the range of somebody. You're just inviting yourself to fail a 2+ roll. Yeah, ever since hearing that, I've gotten a little more economical with my go for it. It's been like, nah, let's
Oh,
not.
I do remember that. Yeah, you got the result you wanted on the blitz on the ball carrier, and then you GFI'd to not help yourself. Really, it didn't get you
Yeah,
out of range, and you had no rerolls at that point. So, yeah. But I mean, we've all done stuff where we're looking back, we're like, what the hell was I trying to do that? All right,
all right,
Nomad
Nomad.
here. He could chain pretty well. The linos are set up for it. I don't think he has any sidestep. He does not. It's a skill I would probably look to invest in the future. No movement increase, no sprint, no sure feet. So if he's an 8 plus 2 is 10, he needs to push 3 squares, correct?
+2 is 10, +3. Yes, we got 13 spaces or 13 squares from the line of scrimmage.
Certainly possible. No frenzy, no grab. So he just got to use his big brain.
No pressure, Nomad.
This is something he probably doesn't practice a lot with his undead.
Mm. I know I said this before, and this is another shout out to everybody who might be watching this. Let us know. Well, let him do one of these commentaries on your game and watch it afterwards. There's a lot of little nuances you can pick up about your play style from hearing a couple other people be like, "That was stupid. Why'd you do that?"
I
It
think
seems like
having Baz point that stuff out makes more sense than me. Baz plays this game a lot. I play this game a little, but no, for sure, getting analysis from the outside is always helpful.
S. Baz does know his shit.
Oh
Now, with the potential one-turner, where are you going to run to? What makes the most sense?
yeah, you got tackle up top. You got prehensile tail at the bottom. So just
Nope,
anywhere.
nope.
Yeah, anywhere in the middle. You don't have any agility 4, so you're just relying on good old dodge. Going with the rookie catcher. Gotta earn his keep. You know, sometimes that happens though. Team. Oh.
Ooh.
You just flip him to the bottom though, don't you?
Man.
Let's see. You could still move the Skaven. Oh god, getting him. Yep. You'd have to move the top Skaven Anthony up 1, and then probably blitz with Fernando, the human lino, up top. Okay, thank you, Gark. I'll check that after the stream. Apparently, I'm up in the draft. Hello again.
Hello.
Yeah, I
All
don't
right,
know why you
kids.
have trouble
Every time I
with
get kicked out, you
Spectrum.
take a shot.
that would be a fun game. No, Spectrum, I have no real issues with. I was actually the current apartment I'm at. I could have gotten a different apartment just down the street. It would have been a little bit more, but they also had the option there for fiber optic cable, which would have been amazeballs. Alas, we didn't go with that one. So I've got pretty good internet here. I've got like 100 down and like 40 up, depending. Varies. I've got so many things plugged in. Yours, it sounds like you've got 5 down and 2 up or something.
I'm really just screaming into a tin can with attached to a string.
I'm not sure I like this play by TCU. I still want to have all my gaps covered. I know you want to stop any kind of push, but just in case, you could probably still get to the bottom if you really tried. But putting the Rat Ogre there makes it really hard. I mean, Rat Ogre catching a pass is just a 50-50 with AG2. It's not that crazy. I mean, I've got a AG2 Saurus with sure hands. His pickup chances are like 57% or so. It's not that terrible if you think about a coin flip.
I mean, in a game where anytime you roll 6, it's going to succeed.
Yeah, nothing's impossible in this game, technically. So it looks like they won't be able to try the one turn. TCU is going to escape after getting the shit kicked out of them. Decision to not use the apothecary kind of comes back to hurt, but at the same time, that was literally turn 1, and he already has a permanent, so as I said before, I don't blame him for not using it.
But I mean, it's a shame. Good player, but that niggling injury, that...
Yeah, good player, not special player.
No. Which starts the whole conversation of what makes a player a special player. And again, kids, stat increases.
Just stats, doubles.
Roll those 6s. He'll be good to go.
I kind of want the Rat Ogre to hurt somebody here. Like, you can move enough guys, or he can probably get a 2 dice on alignment easily. He's strength 6 after all. Oh god, Nomad, please don't do this. He got some rolls, you got some rolls. He had some fails, you had some fails. Such is life in this game. Now, it is hard to judge tone. That may have been more of a statement of fact. Oh, we went for the blitzer. Oh, that would have been icing on the cake if he got an injury there.
Oh, totally.
I don't... Honestly, like, as much as I wanted, like, the Rat Ogre to hurt somebody, like, I don't actually like throwing blocks in the final turn when the game's over.
As we learned, throwing blocks on turn 8 of the first half, when you have no rerolls, is not optimal when you're still trying to score.
Exactly. Alas, that is the game. TCU is victorious, putting them at 4-0-1, and currently leading the SCC? Yep, SCC conference.
Well played, both teams. That was, we were supposed to cover a lot more stuff, but this game was that interesting. We stayed with the match. Well done.
For sure. Thank you for watching, Gark, and anybody else who watched it live or in the future. Thank you for joining me, Jim. I enjoyed it.
Anytime, X. Let me know.
Sure. For sure. Thank you, everybody, and catch you next time.